Hello there. As you know, auto-aim in Fallout 76, aka VATS, has a chance-based system to hit the target that depends on range, perception, weapon modifications, and some other buffs. Before going deep in details, I actually want to check how real these numbers are, and to get them I will be doing stuff a lot. And working with massive amount of data is just another Monday for me. Actually, knowing how to do it would let me get few $1,000s per month over 10 years ago, and now I'm doing it just for fun and 200 views on YouTube. Obviously, you wanna know what massive amount of data I'm talking about. Hundreds, thousands, millions. Well, of course, there is no need to go epic crazy with that, so in total I'm going to shoot stuff in VATS rate around 3,000 times. It took me more than 1 hour of pressing just one button, and I did not do it here, cause this turret will fight back, and I need someone who will be okay with all this aggression and tank everything with his face. Of course, we're gonna test it with Puppyhawk, because he is the only dude who has no problems with that and can stay still for any amount of time. Well, you can see the results for 30% hypothetical probability. I'm gonna do the same for 60%, 90% and 95%. Toward decimals, I rounded up all numbers except for the average magazine you're gonna see in the end. I mean, end of this list, which is almost reached its end. Oh, there. So, 29.99. And no matter how many rounds I gonna shoot, the average will be always 29.99 and a whole bunch of nines. That's why there is no need to go crazy about the total amount of shots. I tried to check how critical damage performs, and actually it procced in 100% of cases, so we can't talk about probabilities here. It must happen by default, but sometimes it just doesn't. Ask Todd, he knows why. Anyhow, I dealt only 30 criticals, maybe I had to try way more, but back to 23 magazines I shot before having critical fun. As you can see, I got this big something with numbers. It represents how many magazines perform with a certain range of probabilities. In the middle we have 28, 32%. And the 8 means how many magazines performed with VATS hit chance between mentioned numbers. 5 magazines have slightly better VATS probability, 3 magazines way better, and other ones performed worse or way worse. But since the picture is more or less the same from both sides of 30% VATS probability, we can clearly conclude that hit chance is shown correctly. Let's move to the second test. In case of 60% hypothetical VATS probability, I shot only 15 mags. Well, still we can conclude that average magazine would have something close to 60%. I just got a little bit lucky in this test, because 2 magazines gave me 74% VATS probability, and in total 8 mags gave me more than 60% expected probability. The opposite thing happened while I was checking if 90% is actually real. 7 out of 11 magazines gave me less VATS hit chance than expected. But still, average mag gives almost 90%. And what about the maximum number we can get in VATS? 95%. Not a single miss. Absolutely all bullets successfully hit the target, meaning that hypothetically we are not supposed to miss in VATS if 95% is shown. So, why 95? It is a good question. I would say for one reason, 100% probability doesn't exist, nor 0. It always should be within the range without touching both numbers, 0 and 100. Another reason, well, it can be an excuse for a bug when the game doesn't want to register the hit. Actually, crit damage can be quite tricky. It looks like everything is fine, but actually it is not. And the same about 95% chance. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So why it doesn't? The first reason or speculation, well, our client and the server are not well synchronized. The second, 95% is not guaranteed because targets are moving, and moving targets can change your VATS probability sometimes. The third and the last reason, well, it just works this way. So ladies and gents, VATS can work perfectly. And I want to say big thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.